I don't know why, but it's a thing, so we're doing it. So, as you guys know by the title, I did a KonMari on everything in my house, but we're talking about my books today because, hello, I'm half of a booktube channel, because I don't just do booktube. It's like booktube met fandom, met lifestyle, and is just a hot mess, and that's me. But today is a booktube week, so we're gonna be talking about books that I'm getting rid of, and I don't like talking about this, so this is gonna be very interesting. I've never done an unhaul before. I really don't know why people do unhauls. I always feel bad. I mean, it's a necessary process of living. Sometimes you just gotta let things go. I actually got rid of a lot more books this year than I did last year. Shoo. Yeah, let's just dive on in. It's not in any particular order. It's literally the order of which I picked them up off the ground and put them in a pile. So that's the order we're going with today. So Marillion, I read part of this in college. I was taking a mythology class. Those are real. They exist. I took one. This was used for creation myth. Did I really want to read it again? I did. I've kept this. I think I took that class, let's see, 7 years ago. I have been planning on getting to this book, but I haven't yet, and I honestly don't think I'm ever going to reread it because I feel like I already know all the things that I want to know about Lord of the Rings. Which, while I am a fan of Lord of the Rings, I am not as big of a fan of Lord of the Rings as some of my other friends. Soul Swift. I have not read this book, and that makes me sad inside, because I got this, it was a lit Joycrate book, I got this, and I feel like I would like it, but I also feel, based off of the synopsis, about whether or not this person that is possessing someone is an angel or a demon. People don't know. And she is possessing a person who has someone that loves them a lot, dealing with it, and honestly, I just don't know if I can handle this kind of a story this close to losing Supernatural, because it was just like, okay. So I'm letting it go, and then if I pick it up later, I pick it up later. Hamlet. Another book that I got in college. I love Shakespeare. I just don't read it that often. I think I just love watching it more than I love reading it, because it's way better that way. It was not meant to be read, it was meant to be seen. I'm just gonna let Hamlet go. The Upside of Falling. I did read this book, and I did enjoy this book, but it is a bottom tier, maybe even a cupcake book, meaning I liked it. And I'll gladly talk about it. I would definitely recommend this book to people, but I legitimately don't think I'm ever gonna read it again. Like, I think it was meant to be in my life for a very short amount of time. This was on my 2020 reads, anticipated reads list. I read it. I liked it. It was in my life. It brought me joy. And now I'm ready to let it go and let it bring someone else joy. Anyas Ghost. I got this purely because I wanted to read more graphic novels for a reading challenge, or reading rush challenge. I think it was reading rush or something else. I'm not sure. I didn't like it that much. It was good, especially if you're really into like spooky, plot twisty, powerful spirit things going on over here, and definitely an excellent life lesson, but just not my cup of tea, and I don't think I'm gonna pick it up again, so I'm gonna let someone else enjoy it. Nothing makes me more sad than what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna get rid of The Healer's Apprentice. I got this as a bridal shower gift from a dear friend of mine, and I really enjoyed it. Dropped it behind the couch a couple times. Wow, I adored this book. I thought it was pretty basic. I guessed the plot point pretty much instantly. The plot twist pretty much instantly. And I really enjoyed it. It definitely did make me laugh and smile, and I thought it was really nice. But I haven't picked it up again in 7 years. So, which is about when, in over 7 years. So, I'm gonna let it go. I hate everything about this. Everybody says that you just need to see it visually, because visually it's very amazing, but the story, the plot line of it really sucks, and I agree with that, because my dear husband got this book for me for my birthday, and I was so excited. I read it that night, and the next morning I was just like, why did they write that? Why did I need that in my life? Why did I read that? Why did I go to an event for this? And why does she say it should be canon? I'm not listening to her ever again. Never, ever. I rarely ever really did listen to her. I'm one of those people that's like, once the book's in my hands, it's mine, and the author can say things about it. That's fine. I'm gonna think what I want to think, because now it lives inside my brain, and you can't control my brain. Even though she said it should be counted as canon, they don't count it as canon. So I'm okay with that. And I kept this book simply because I wanted to have the whole collection of all the Harry Potters. I just don't care anymore. I just don't care. My husband was literally like, just get rid of it. If it doesn't bring you joy, just get rid of it. And it doesn't bring me joy at all. So I'm getting rid of it. This book, 9 Perfect Strangers. Caleb had me pick this book out for a book reading vlog. You can go watch that if you want to. While I did enjoy this, it was really weird. I did not see the plot point. Why do I keep saying plot points? I did not see the plot twist coming. I thought it was very entertaining. Definitely a really good adult read. I haven't read a whole lot of adult books. That's why he picked it out for me. But again, with the other ones, while I enjoyed it, I feel like it wasn't supposed to be in my life long term. Jane Eyre. I'm mostly just getting rid of this copy. I will probably get another one some other time, but I got this one in college for an English literature thing, and it's got like a shiz ton of notes in there, which isn't a bad thing. I like seeing what other people write in books, like what they think is important, highlighting what they think is important, writing their thoughts down in the margins. That's fine, but I legitimately haven't touched this book except for clearing it off and dusting it and moving it around in so long, like 5-6 years, that I feel like I think the next time I pick this book up, I'm gonna have a new copy of it and I'm gonna read it again. So I'm just gonna let mostly this version go. I'm pretty sure Jane Eyre is gonna come back into my life some point, but for right now, I don't want it. This one I'm actually not really getting rid of. I'm just getting rid of this one. I have 2 of them. I'm just getting rid of the extra copy. I got this in Joycrate, and I also had it on my pre-order list for 2020 of my anticipated reads list. This one is the one that I pre-ordered. It doesn't have the flippable cover or the inscription on the inside. So I'm actually giving this to my friend. I legitimately asked her, I was like, hey, do you want this book? And she's like, yeah. So this actually already has a home. It's just not there yet. The Last to Let Go. This was an Emma Books recommendation. I was gonna do a reading vlog about it because she said INFPs should read this book. I did not get very far. I wasn't vibing with it. And I don't know if it was just temporarily that time, but I only got like 3. And I know that's not a lot, like 3 chapters in. And it's about death and murder. And I just didn't want that in my life, even though I am an INFP. And I wanted to see if the books she recommended to INFPs, I would like. But I didn't like it enough to continue reading past the 3rd chapter, so. Eleanor Park. Yeah, I don't know. I got it because it was a Rainbow Rowell book, and I was on a Rainbow Rowell rampage, essentially. Then I started reading it, and I didn't like it. So I DNF'd it, and I was like, oh, I'll come back to it later. But then I hear so many mixed reviews about it on social media that I'm just like, you know, maybe there's a reason I didn't like it. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. Sound of the Baskervilles. I got this at a DI, a thrift store. And I read it. Haven't read it since. I don't remember what happens, but I don't really care. I don't know. I'm mostly just like, I'm sure I'm gonna get another Arthur Conan Doyle, Sherlock Holmes book later. I don't need a single Hound of the Baskervilles. I might just get more of the ones that have the multiple stories in them, because I have another one that has like 4 short stories in them, and I really like that one. So I think I'm just gonna get a different version of Sherlock than this one. Oh, guys, it's not happening. Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I've held on to this book simply because I want there to be one John Green book in this world that I like, because he's a good writer. I don't know why I don't like his stuff. I just think they're super basic vanilla and very predictable, and what's the point? And that's probably the point, is what's the point? And I'm super basic vanilla, and I feel like it should just be right up my alley, but I just don't like them. But I really like this movie. I have seen the movie because my mom watched it, and I really wanted to like this book. I just know I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna read it anytime soon. And I got this from a thrift store, and I'm just gonna let it go. And if the urge strikes me again to read it, I will pick up another copy of it. Letting this one go. Totally Awkward Love Story. This book was not what I thought it was when I started reading it, and I just could not get into it. I don't know what it was about it, because all the parts of it that I was reading about it, I should have liked, but for some reason, I couldn't gel with this book. I couldn't vibe with it, so I guess I DNF'd it, and now I'm getting rid of it. I didn't get very far. Just a few chapters in. It just wasn't my vibe. We Are Totally Normal. This was another one of my 2020 anticipated reads. I read it, didn't like it. I didn't get it. It was kind of like the John Green books, where it was very well written, and I could understand the importance of the story, but for me, I just didn't like it. I didn't get it. I was like, what's the point of everything that we went through? Which is, again, probably the point. And I just feel like this book wasn't meant for me, and that's fine. Not every book is meant for me. I get that. But I like reading books that aren't meant for me so that I can see other people's perspectives. And I have done that, and I have loved a lot of those books. I have a lot of books like that. But this one I just didn't like it. I got rid of 16 books. And what I learned from this process of, watch my next video, and then the sentence will make sense. I learned that I mostly just relied on these books to fill my shelves, and that I'm not sad about letting them go, which makes me feel good. And like, if I'm not sad about letting them go, obviously that means they weren't meant for me, and that they will maybe find a happier home somewhere else. And it also makes me feel really good about what I do have on my shelves, and maybe with time that will change. There are some books on here that I have not read yet, and maybe after I read them, it will be like those books where I liked it and I'm glad it was in my life, but I'm ready to pass it on to the next person. 16 books. It's not like a lot, but it's like a lot. That's it. That's all I had for this video. I hope you guys liked it or enjoyed it, got some value out of it. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you think of these books. You can also go check out my other socials. I am over on Tumblr a lot these days. Other places I'm on there, but not as frequently as Tumblr. You can go hang out with me over there, or you can hang out with me here if you want by subscribing. Again, you don't really have to, but you can if you want to. That's it. That's all I got for you. I hope you're having an amazing week and an amazing life, and I will see you guys super soon. Hopefully. I don't know. I'll see you soon. Bye.